All right. So with the topic, as I was saying, maintaining. Maintenance is an intentional endeavor. If you spent the majority of your life overweight, the odds of you being able to maintain, at least for a while, without it being an intentional endeavor are probably zero. Like when you are done losing weight, you don't get to go back to the life of never paying attention to what you eat, when you eat, how you move, and just taking the path of least resistance. Like those days are in the past. That was a different shift. That was a different way of approaching it for me on my journey. Because in the past, it was always, I want to lose weight and I'm going to go back to the lifestyle that I was doing before. But when I decided to make the life on the other side be different, and I got more interested in creating the life on the other side of the journey, I started trying to lose weight in different ways. And I'm so glad I did that, because when I got to the maintenance side, I had already been doing work on that side. I wasn't creating everything from scratch. So let me give an example. I want to maintain the muscle mass that I worked hard to create. That means I need to take in a certain amount of protein and I need to do a certain amount of exercise just to maintain what I got. Well, I had created habits that made it very easy for me to keep doing that. So if I stopped exercising and stopped taking in sufficient protein, I would begin to lose the muscle mass that I'd worked hard to create. I didn't want to lose it. So I have to keep the lifestyle going. So I need reasons to do this stuff that have nothing to do with weight loss. And that was a big thing that I want to make sure all of you know when you're on the weight loss phase of your journey before you get to the maintenance phase, and those of you that are getting ready to switch into the maintenance phase. If the only thing that gets you to do the things you're quote unquote supposed to do is seeing the number go down on the scale, you're not going to make it. Because on the other side of the journey, the scale stops going down. And in fact, it goes up a bunch and you're going to do nothing different and you're just going to watch it fluctuate around. You need a reason to keep doing all the things that made the body that has nothing to do with the scale going down. So while you're losing weight, you need to find other motivators. Now, I said earlier, if a person is just talking about the scale, I know they haven't got it yet. You ain't got it. And this is what I'm talking about. Because you're chasing the short-term results. Losing a pound doesn't help you lose the next pound, and losing a pound doesn't protect itself. Whereas acquiring and installing habits that lead to the loss of a pound will help you lose the next pounds, and those habits will protect the weight loss. The habit will be there to hedge against weight regain. It will help protect it. This is why it's so important that you lose weight through changing your actual life, by changing who you are, by changing how you see the world, by changing how you see yourself, by changing your relationship with food, by changing your relationship with stress, by looking at the things in your life that are stressing you out and getting them out of your life, or learning how to stop being so dang stressed. One or the other, because the stress is going to slowly kill you. And this is so important to understand, because on the maintenance side of things, you still got to do all the stuff you were doing when you were losing weight, except you just get to eat a little more. That's it. When you cross the line onto the maintenance side, the only thing that should change is you come out of a deficit. The foods that you're eating should stay the same. The way that you exercise should stay the same. The way that you move your body should stay the same. The volume might come down some, but only some. The foods that you are leaving out of your life, they need to stay mostly out of your life. So make sure you're only making changes that you're willing to commit to for at least 10 years. It's got to be at least 10 years worth, because you're going to lose the weight. And you got to keep doing these things. You can't go reimagine everything on the other side of this. And decouple your motivation from the scale. Like, just get your motivation away from the scale. If you can find joy in the doing, you're going to be fine. If you can find a way to enjoy the activities that will create a smaller, more in shape, healthy body, you'll be fine. You'll keep doing them, and you'll keep doing them because you enjoy them. But if you lose weight through methods that you don't particularly enjoy, and you certainly enjoy less than what you were doing before, eventually you're going to stop doing them. And you're going to go back to what you were doing before because you like it more. The key I've discovered is to build a life that is better than the one you were living when you started, and integrate this new body into that life. In other words, you got to change your life. Like a lot of it. Probably a lot more than you want. Probably a lot more than you realize you're going to. There was a lot of things about my old life that I quite enjoyed doing. That's why I did them. I did them for many, many, many years because I enjoyed them. I enjoyed gorging myself on popcorn every Thursday night at the newest release of a movie. Just about every week. I enjoyed that. It was fun. I enjoyed staying up till 2 a.m. playing video games and eating while I did so. It was fun. I enjoyed going and getting massive meals for lunch every day. It was fun. Isn't that why you do it? Because it's fun. You like it. I enjoyed coming home and not having to be bothered with moving and feeling uncomfortable. And I could just sit in my chair that I invested heavily in to make sure it was very comfortable because I'm going to spend so much time in that chair. Of course I would spend a ton of money on it. That just makes sense because of how much time I'm going to spend sitting in this chair, and I'm so big and it's uncomfortable. So I should make sure that it's incredibly comfortable so that I could sit in the chair for days on end. I did that because I liked it. Well, if I'm going to walk away from all this stuff that I like, I suppose it'd be easier if I walked away from it to go do something I like even more. As much as I enjoyed gorging myself at the movie theater every Thursday for a new release of a movie, I enjoy going for a 1-hour run in the woods more. I just do. I feel better in every way. I like it more. Instead of staying up till 2 a.m., I go to bed because I like it more. I like how I feel when I wake up well rested. I get to do a lot more in the day because I feel better. My brain works better because I slept better. I like giving up the overeating of food because I don't like feeling like dog shit the next day when I gorged myself on too much food. It's just an upgrade. I like being strong. I like being able to see something heavy and pick it up and then not be tired. That's nice. It's really nice. I look at a mountain and see it as a playground. A mountain, a 10,000-foot mountain is a playground. To me, that looked like something I would look at and take a photo of. The idea of me climbing around on it just sounded dumb. Why would I do that in the past? Because it would have been miserable. It's not miserable now. It's fun. So I do it. I got this whitewater rafting. It was fun. I got all these Tough Mudders that I go run. And now other people come with me. Why? Because it's fun. I enjoy this more than I enjoy a day of video game playing because this is a real life video game. It's so much better than my VR headset, and I got all the good headsets. Real life is better. Actual mud being thrown in your face feels better than simulated mud being thrown in your face. Climbing up a 3-story obstacle with your own bare hands feels much better than a video game climbing a 3-story obstacle with its bare hands. And that's the key. Look at your life and upgrade all of it. Make every part of it better. Is your job stressing you out? The solution is get a better one. Is your life out of balance? The solution is put it in balance. Make it better. Do you got toxic people in your life? Kick them out. Make your life better. There's so much you could do to just make your life better. And that's what I want you to do. Make your life better. All across the board. And that'll help you maintain your weight. The reality for many folks is weight gain happened as a result of emotional eating. And emotional eating happens as a result of stress in a person's life, or a loss of control, or restrictions of freedom, all triggering stress. And rather than dealing with the stress, rather than navigating the stress, and maybe it's because we don't know how. We don't need to fault anybody for that. The person genuinely probably is doing the best they know how. And the best they know how involves using food to get through it. But I don't want you to get through things. I want you to thrive. I want you to be living your best life. Not enduring an okay life, fuck that. That's the key to overcoming emotional eating. Live a life you don't need vacations from. Live the life that at the end of the vacation you're excited to go home to because you miss it. All of it. All of a sudden you won't want to emotionally eat as much. But, all right. My time is up. Thank you for coming and joining on my Monday live stream. If you like the live streams and you want more videos like this, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That will notify you whenever I go live. And as my name again is Chris Terrell, I'm a weight loss coach. You can find out about my services that I offer for weight loss by going to christerrellcoaching.com. I've got a podcast with over 150 episodes. It's been running for a couple of years now, all about weight loss. It is fantastic. I started it a while ago, took a break, and then came back to it. And it's just been such a wild ride having that podcast. And you can find that on all your podcasting apps. You can search for the Chris Terrell Podcast. I would love to invite you to listen to this last week's episode. We do a whole talk on self-image and the role it plays with weight loss. So if you're really looking to get a hang of the mindset work of things, the podcast is where it's at. I'll start getting some more of that stuff uploaded here to this YouTube channel. The YouTube channel's not going anywhere. In fact, I'm going to continue to do more and more and more and more with it. So if you are a YouTube person, please be sure to interact. Please be sure to subscribe, share any videos. I am trying to build the channel. So sharing videos will go a long way in getting the exposure out there. I'm trying to shift a bit more from TikTok over here because me being mostly reliant on TikTok's not a good idea right now. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make more videos that I think are good for sharing, some shorter clips and things like that, some TikTok's greatest hits, things of that nature. So any help from you all to help me get a YouTube channel growing, I would be incredibly appreciative and incredibly grateful for. I'll see you here next week, every Monday, 9 a.m. Central Time, to go live again. See you soon.